Let's rewind to 1964. It was a pivotal time in American history. The Beatles invaded America, the civil rights movement surged, and the U.S. Mint was racing to keep up with an exploding demand for coins. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, had already become one of the most collected coins in U.S. history. By 1964, the reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced just 5 years earlier in 1959. More than 3.7 billion pennies were minted at the Denver Mint in 1964, marked with a tiny D under the date. That makes it seem common, but buried among those billions are a handful of error coins and high-grade examples that collectors would pay huge premiums for. Here's where things get spicy. While the 1964 D penny was mass-produced, some critical minting mistakes turned ordinary coins into extraordinary rarities. Let's go through the most valuable varieties you need to watch for. Collision 1. Double die obverse, DDO. Some 1964 D pennies show signs of doubled letters and numbers on the front. Look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust. Strong doubling can send values soaring, especially in high grade. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $500 to over $5,000 plus, depending on condition. Collision 2. Repunched mint mark, RPM. A popular error for 1964 D is the RPM, where the D mint mark was punched twice or at a slightly different angle. This mistake is highly collectible and adds huge value, especially in red uncirculated grades. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $250 to $3,000 plus depending on sharpness and grade. Collision 3. Off-center strike. Coins struck partially off the planchet are considered mint errors. A 1964 D penny struck 40 to 70% off-center, while still showing the date and mint mark, is incredibly valuable. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $1,000 to $5,000 plus for dramatic strikes. Collision 4. Struck on wrong planchet. Some 1964 D pennies were mistakenly struck on planchets meant for foreign coins or dimes. If it's underweight or a different metal color, like silver or steel, it could be an error of epic proportions. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $10,000 to $50,000 plus, depending on the metal and rarity. Collision 5. Full red gem condition, MS67. Even without an error, finding a 1964 D penny in full red, mint state 67 plus or higher is extremely rare. These coins are so pristine, collectors go to war at auction to own one. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $5,000 to over $30,000 just for grade alone. Microphone, Section 3, Auction Prices and Record Sales, $431 to $630. Let's talk real money. Here are some confirmed auction prices that will blow your mind. Money bag PCGS MS67 plus RD 1964 D Lincoln cent, sold for $22,325. Money bag NGC MS67 RD with RPM, auctioned for $5,600. Money bag 1964 D on silver dime planchet, wrong metal, estimated value $35,000 to $70,000. Money bag off-center error in MS64 red, valued at over $3,000. And it gets better, experts believe there are unreported or undiscovered mega errors from 1964 D that could easily command $100,000 to $150,000 if found and authenticated. Imagine the shock of finding one in your penny roll. Want to know if you've got a jackpot? White heavy checkmark step 1, check the mint mark, use a 10x loop and look for any signs of doubling or repunching. White heavy checkmark step 2, check for color and condition, red, RD, is best. If it looks freshly minted and scratch-free, you could be in luck. Brown, BN, is less valuable. White heavy checkmark step 3, weigh it, it should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, it might be an off-metal error. White heavy checkmark step 4, look for off-center strikes or missing elements, these are clear error signs and add big value. White heavy checkmark step 5, don't clean it, cleaning your coin ruins its value. Keep it as is. Outbox tray, consider sending it to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC to get the most accurate valuation. So there you have it, the humble 1964 D Lincoln cent, a penny that could hide a life-changing fortune in plain sight. Whether it's a rare repunched mint mark, a mysterious planchet error, or a super high-grade coin, this tiny piece of copper has already made collectors thousands. And may soon make someone hundreds of thousands of dollars richer. Face with monocle still think it's just a penny? Think again. Direct hit check your old jars, your wallets, your grandma's coin box. You never know what could be sitting in front of you. And when you find that perfect 1964 D coin, speech balloon, drop a comment. We'd love to see what you've got. White heavy check mark, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on more hidden treasure right here on 4K Rare Coins. The year was 1960. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. Elvis Presley was still topping the charts. And in the world of U.S. coinage, the Lincoln wheat penny had just transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, which began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1960 Lincoln cent was struck in two major forms. 1960 small date. 1960 large date. At a glance, they may look nearly identical, but the difference in the date size has created one of the most sought-after penny variations in numismatic history. The battle between small date versus large date coins continues to fuel massive interest, and that's where things get very interesting and very valuable. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1960 penny worth hundreds or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collision 1. Small date versus large date. The small date 1960 penny is rarer than the large date variety, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Collectors aggressively seek out the small date versions in high grades, and some rare proof small date coins have fetched massive premiums. In the large date, the 6 is tall, and the 0 is round and higher. In the small date, the 6 is lower and curls downward, and the 0 is more oval. Some 1960 Lincoln cents have dramatic doubling, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This type of error is called a double die obverse, DDO, and can increase a penny's value exponentially. Yes, another hidden gem, the 1960 DRPM repunched mint mark, where the D for Denver appears doubled. In high-grade red condition, these coins have been auctioned for thousands of dollars. A proof 1960 small date penny, if flawless and graded as PR 69 or higher, can go for $10,000 to $25,000, especially if it's a cameo or deep cameo variety. Errors like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or broad-struck coins from 1960 are worth hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on severity and condition. Let's talk money, because this is why you're here. Fire most valuable sales of the 1960 penny include 1960 D small date RPM, MS67 plus red, sold for $5,700. 1960 small date proof, PR69 deep cameo, sold for over $18,000. 1960 double die obverse, MS66 red, auctioned for nearly $9,000. Off-center 1960 D penny with strong strike, mint state, sold for $1,200. Regular 1960 small date in MS67 red condition, worth $2,000 to $3,000. But here's the kicker, if you discover a previously undocumented double die or major mint error, it could be worth up to $150,000 or more, depending on the severity, uniqueness, and condition. So the next time you're looking through your pocket change, don't ignore the humble 1960 penny, it could be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. So how do you know if your 1960 penny is the jackpot version? Magnifying glass tilted right, steps to follow. Check the date style, is it small date or large date? Look for mint mark errors, is there doubling in the D, RPM? Inspect for doubling, look at Liberty and In God We Trust for any double die signs. Use a loupe, a 10x magnification loupe will help detect subtle features. Check for luster, red, RD, coins bring higher premiums than brown, BN, or red-brown, RB. Grading is key. A coin graded MS66 or higher by PCGS or NGC will command the top dollar. Brain pro tip, if you think you've found a rare error, do not clean the coin. Send it directly to a professional grading service. Now that you know the secrets hiding behind the 1960 Lincoln penny, it's time to go treasure hunting. Check your change jars, your drawers, your piggy banks, because your fortune might just be a copper coin away. Money bag. Remember, even a plain-looking 1960 penny could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, asterisk asterisk if it has the right features. So what are you waiting for? Hit that like button if you learned something new today. Bell subscribe to USA Coins Value for more rare coin discoveries. Speech balloon. Drop a comment if you have a 1960 penny, we might feature it in our next episode. Loudspeaker. Share this video with your friends, because someone out there might be sitting on a six-figure penny and not even know it. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting, treasure seekers. Would you like me to write the YouTube title, description, tags, and hashtags for this video too? Let's take a quick look back. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. By 1959, the reverse design changed from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, honoring the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1978 D Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, with the D mint mark beneath the date. It was struck in large numbers, over 4.2 billion coins, to be exact. Now you're thinking, wait, if there are billions of these coins, how can one be worth six figures? Great question, and the answer lies in rare errors, extreme condition quality, and ultra-rare die varieties that slip through quality control at the U.S. Mint. Let's uncover those next. While the 1978 D Lincoln cent was a common coin in everyday use, it has several incredibly rare varieties that are now highly sought after by collectors. Collision 1. 1978 D double die obverse, DDO. Some 1978 D cents were struck with a double die obverse, where you can clearly see doubling on "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. These double dies are extremely rare, and in mint red condition, MS66 or higher, they can sell for $3,000 to $10,000 or more. Collision 2. 1978 D off-center strike errors. These coins were misaligned during the minting process, with parts of the design pushed off the edge of the coin. The more dramatic the off-center strike, especially over 50% off with the date still visible, the more valuable the coin becomes, often valued at $500 to over $2,500 depending on condition and uniqueness. Collision 3. 1978 D broad strike error. This error occurs when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand outward. Broad strike errors in high mint state can go for $200 to $1,000. Collision 4. 1978 D struck on the wrong planchet. Now this is where things get crazy valuable. Some 1978 D cents have been discovered struck on planchets intended for foreign coins or on dimes, nickels, or steel blanks. These incredible mint errors can fetch $5,000 to $15,000 plus, especially when authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Collision 5. 1978 D RPM repunched mint mark. Some Denver minted pennies show clear signs of a repunched D mint mark, where the D was stamped more than once. In red gem condition, these can sell for $300 to $1,500 depending on the strength of the RPM and coin quality. Let's talk money. Because that's what you're here for. While most 1978 D Lincoln cents are only worth face value, certain rare examples have skyrocketed at auction. PCGS graded 1978 D MS67 Plus red, sold for $7,500. 1978 D RPM in MS66 red, sold for $1,200. 1978 D double die in MS66, auctioned for $10,000 plus. 1978 D struck on a silver dime planchet, estimated value, $15,000. Unknown errors or unreported extreme double dies could fetch $50,000 to $150,000 plus if discovered, authenticated, and properly graded. Imagine being the person who finds the only known mega error 1978 D penny, the kind that breaks auction records and hits headlines. It's entirely possible, and it could be you. Now, let's help you spot the winners from the junk. Brain, here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. Is there doubling or repunching in the D? Use a 10x magnifying loupe to examine Liberty and In God We Trust for doubling. Look at the coin's edges. Is it off-center, oddly shaped, or broader than normal? Weigh the coin. If it's heavier or lighter than 3.11 grams, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Color is king, bright red, uncirculated coins, graded MS65 to MS68 red, are where the big value lies. Get it graded. Coins with potential should be sent to PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Package. Don't clean your coin. Cleaning drastically reduces its value. And there you have it, treasure hunters. The 1978 D. Lincoln 1 cent. A coin that most people overlook, yet a few rare varieties are out there changing lives. From struck-through errors to repunched mint marks, from foreign planchet anomalies to the holy grail of double dies, this one penny has the potential to be worth more than a brand new car or even a house. Police car lights. So go check your coin jars, old piggy banks, and forgotten dresser drawers. You might be sitting on a six-figure payday and not even know it. Speech balloon. If you have a 1978 D penny or think you found an error, drop a comment below. We read every comment, and we may even feature your coin in our next video.